Hello viewers, welcome to Simple Accounting channel. This is Uttam sir. Today I have to discuss the manufacturing accounts at its importance. What is manufacturing accounts? Manufacturing accounts are some of the statements through which we can be known the cost of production of the products. What you are going to produce, that particular products, what will be the production cost? That is very much important. Nowadays lot of rivals, lot of producers over there. So if you can control the cost of production or minimize the cost of production, then it is difficult to have the fair profit from your investment. So what are the content of the manufacturing accounts? First of all, you have to consider three items: material cost, labor cost and factory overhead cost. What is the material cost? You have to write one by one. Just listen very carefully what I am going to say. First of all, from the information or the tables, you have to get the raw material opening. What is raw material? Raw material is the ingredients of the product which is going to be produced. Maybe you are going to produce furniture. So timber is the raw material. You are going to produce the chips. So the potatoes is the raw materials. So this is the raw materials. So from the information you are given, you have to get the raw material opening. First item is there. Second item is the purchase of raw material. But whenever you are going to write the purchase of raw material, then you have to find another three items: carriage of raw materials, return outward and scrap value. If these three elements is over there or not, you have to find. So opening raw material plus purchase of raw material. When you are going to purchase of raw material, then you have to add up the carriage inward. Then you have to subtract the return outward, and you also subtract the scrap value. What is scrap value? Scrap value means some of the elements, some of the raw material which is dropped into the floor, that is useless for the production. So you can sell it. So that figure, that selling price is said as the scrap value. So purchase of raw material plus carriage inward minus return outward minus scrap value. Then you get the net purchase. This net purchase is to be added up with the opening inventory. The figure you got, that is the raw material available for use. Now with that figure you to subtract the closing raw materials. The figure you got, that is to be said as raw material consumed. So first section is completed. Now the direct wages, manufacturing wages, production wages, all are the synonym. So you have to find the production wages or direct labor. Then you have to find any royalties or copyrights or the patents is over there. This is also the direct cost. This to be added up for the manufacturing wages. And again, some of the other direct expenses is given. If it is given, then obviously these three items: direct labor, then patents, copyrights or royalties, then the other direct expense. These three elements is to be added up. The figure you got, that figure is to be added up with the raw material consumed. So the after adding with the raw material consumed, you have to find the figure. That figure is to be said as a prime cost. Prime cost. With that prime cost, you have to add up with the factory overhead. Factory overhead is not a single element, a combination of elements. Maybe 7 to 10 elements is over there. So I am going to say that factory overhead. Factory overhead means any indirect expense which incurred in the factory is said the factory overhead. And these are like this: indirect raw materials, indirect labor, factory fuel and powers, factory lighting and heating, factory insurance, factory repairs, factory manager salary or production manager salaries, depreciation on plant and machineries, depreciation of loose tools. These all the elements combinedly said as factory overhead. So that all figure is to be added up, and this figure is to be added up with the prime cost. The figure you get to write there. If there is no work in progress or work in process is over there. What is work in progress or work in process? Work in progress means the partly finished goods is said work in progress. Maybe that information is to be given to the information. So work in progress opening is to be added up with the total cost, and work in progress closing is to be subtracted from the total cost. The figure you got, that figure is to be said as manufacturing cost or the production cost. Sometimes you are instructed or you are getting some of the problem for the transfer price. Transfer price means this production cost is to be add up some of the profit. Maybe the company's policy is that 20% make the profit of the production cost. So you have to add up 20% on the production cost, which is earlier calculated. On that figure, you have to apply 20%. The figure you got, that is to be add up with the production cost. The figure you got, that is the selling price. So it is the transfer price. Sometimes it is said that transfer price. So this price is to go to the income statement. So first option, that is the manufacturing accounts, is completed. Now this manufacturing cost or the production cost is to go to the income statement. We have to discuss the income statement. What is income statement? Income statement through which we can get the net profit of the business. So first of all, you have to write the revenue or sales. So from the information you have to pick it, and from that figure you to subtract the returns inward, or sales returns, that is to be subtracted. The figure you got, it is right over there, and then you have to subtract the cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold comprises of 4 elements. First of all, finished goods opening. First of all, finished goods opening. Then you have to add the manufacturing cost or cost of production. Then you have to add the purchase of finished goods, and then you have to subtract the closing finished goods. So altogether it is said as cost of production. So this cost of production is to be separated from the sales. The figure you got, that is said as gross profit. Sometimes some of the expense, the warehouse expense, can be subtracted from the gross profit. And now you have to adjust the transfer profit which is coming from the manufacturing accounts. Transfer profit you have written over there, maybe the 20% is over there. So that profit is to be adjusted by the unrealized profit. This is the difficult one for any students. So how the unrealized profit is to be calculated? Just see it, just watch it. Some of the board that is to be highlighted. Maybe here is the unrealized profit. The provision for unrealized profit. Maybe the provision for unrealized profit is to be given in the trial balance or the information. This is the opening balance. So if it is given, the provision for unrealized profit is given, that figure is to pick from the information and put it over here as balance BD. Balance BD is to be written like this. But sometimes you are not given the opening balance, but opening finished goods is given. If opening finished goods is given, then you can calculate the provision for unrealized profit or beginning unrealized profit by this way. This is the value of opening finished goods divided by 120. How the 125 figure is to get? So here the profit is 20%. Transfer profit is said 20% is to be charged. So this 20% is to be added up with the cost price. So cost price normally said as 100. 100 plus 20, that is 120. This 120 opening value of finished goods, that is the value divided by 120 multiplied by 20. Then the figure you got, that figure is said as the opening provision for unrealized profit. If unrealized profit is not given, you have to calculate like this way. Value divided by 120 multiplied by 20. The figure you got, this is the opening balance. Similarly, you have to calculate the closing balance. This is balance CD. See again, the closing finished goods value is over there by 120 multiplied by 20. Then you got the closing unrealized profit value. So this figure is to be written over here. Now you have to balance it. If the debit side is the bigger figure or the greater figure, then the income statement is to be written, balancing figure is to be read as income statement. So this is to be loss. If the debit side is bigger figure than the credit side, then the difference figure is to be written as income statement. Again, if the figure in the credit side is the bigger than the debit side, then that figure also be written as income statement. This is the profit. So first of all, you have to calculate the unrealized profit or loss. If the income statement written in the credit side, that is the loss for the business, manufacturing business, for unrealized profit. and the income statement, if it is come to the debit side, that is to be said as profit. Again, this profit is to be adjusted with the transfer profit, which is calculated earlier in the manufacturing accounts. You see, maybe the income statement is over here. So gross profit, sales minus cost of sales, you got the gross profit. With that gross profit, you have to add up the transfer profit. But whenever you are going to write the transfer profit, you have to add up or subtract the unrealized profit. If unrealized profit is over there, that is to be added up to the transfer price. If the unrealized loss is the unrealized provision for unrealized profit, then it is to be subtracted. So transfer profit is given or it is calculated in the manufacturing accounts. From that figure, if profit, unrealized profit is there, that is to be add up the plus. If it is the unrealized loss, that is to be subtracted. The figure you got, that figure is to be add up with the gross profit. Then total gross profit is grand, total profit is over there. From that profit, you have to subtract all the expenses. Expenses may be the operating expense. They are the selling and distribution expense and the office and administrative expenses over there. These two expenses to be added up, and that is to be separated from the total gross profit. The figure you got, that is the operating profit. From that operating profit, you have to subtract the financial cost. Maybe the interest on bank loan or the other financial cost is over there. Interest on debenture like this. So from the operating profit, you have to subtract the financial cost. The figure you got, that figure is to be said as a net profit before taxation. Then you have to apply the tax. Then you figure got net profit after tax. So this is the income statement. So you have to repeatedly watch this video or listen me. Then any difficult problem, any manufacturing problem which is difficult one, it can be solved easily. Now we have to do the balance sheet. If only the change in the balance sheet is there, whenever you are going to write the current asset, we have to write the inventories. The inventories, the three type of inventories: raw material inventories, maybe the work in progress also the inventories, and the finished goods also the inventory. Whenever you are going to write the finished goods, then provision for unrealized profit, which is said balance CD. Balance CD. Whenever you are going to write the closing finished goods, from that figure you to subtract the balance CD. This is the unrealized profit. This is only the change in the balance sheet. Normally balance sheet the non-current asset plus current asset and then the total asset, and from that you have to do the equities and liabilities, maybe the capital with the profit is to be added up, drawings is to be subtracted, the non-current asset, current asset, or together total assets, and equities means the capital plus long-term liabilities plus current liabilities, all together the total figure. So this figure must be equated. Balance sheet is matched. Now I have to discuss very shortly, precisely, the quotation price. Sometimes some of the company is bidding with the other companies. Maybe the big customer is over there. Maybe the government is the big customers. The government is requested you or make some of the tender, which the people or the producers is to bid over there. So you have to request it by the big purchaser what will be the minimum price you can charge to them. So whenever you are going to charge, this is the quotation price. So you have to calculate the quotation price. What is the quotation price? Quotation price is nothing but the 3 or 4 elements is over there. First item, whenever you are going to charge or going to calculate the quotation price, then first of all you have to write which type of products the government is expecting to buy or the other big purchaser is to buy. You are going to produce that particular elements. You have to find the raw material cost, then you have to find the direct labor cost, then you have to find the overhead cost. These 3 elements, raw material cost, labor cost, and the factory overhead is to be added up. Total cost you got. With that figure, you have to add up some of the profit, because it is since it is the bidding price. Maybe the other competitor is over there, so you have to charge the profit. You have to charge the profit is a small amount, so that your price will be the competitive enough, so that you can get the job. So sometimes as a cost and management accountant, I myself believe, or the cost and management accountant always believe, minimum profit, maximum sale is the maximum profit. So you have to charge the price as low as possible. So profit is to be charged is a small amount. So raw material cost, labor cost, factory overhead cost plus profit all together, the figure you got, that figure is the quotation price. This is to be charged some of the big customers. So dear viewers, that's all for today. My next video on marginal costing and optimal production. So last of all, I have to request you, if the video is enjoyable to you, please make a like and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a nice time. Goodbye.